angelfish, corydoras, namacaras, German blue rams, and many other. With many types of fry, I have exactly the same system for the first moments of their lives. I hang small container on the edge of the tank and keep them in there. I do it until they are able to eat baby brine shrimp and gain some first weight. But many of you asked me the same question. Then what? What is the next step? Because you cannot keep angelfish in something like that for very long. And of course this is true. So let me explain what I do next. But first, few words of explanation on why I keep my fry in the container like this. First, when it hangs in much bigger tank, temperature is very stable because of all the water surrounding it, and stability is much more important than exact temperature requirements. Second, it's very easy maintenance. With simple turkey baster, I'm able to very quickly clean the bottom of this container and keep the water quality really good. And third, feeding. In this setup, all the fry is very close to each other. They don't have to waste a lot of energy looking for food, and every single fish is getting their portion with no problems. But of course, time flies, they grow very quickly, so after a few days I prepare a special tank for them, and this is how I do it. So this is the tank I very often use as the first real home for my fry. It's 30 by 20 by 20 centimeters and it holds 12 liters of water. So it's not crazy big, but at least it offers some swim space and doesn't cripple the development of my fry. On top of it, I put some small generic light, nothing fancy. The cheaper, the better. In fry tank like this one, I always use sponge filter. Sponge filters don't create huge water flow, so it doesn't bother those little fish. They oxygenate the water very well because they create a lot of surface movement, and they have huge surface area comparing to the size of the tank. And this means there is a lot of space for beneficial bacteria. Internal filters create too much flow in my opinion, especially in small tanks like this one, and this can be very exhausting for little fish. And hang-on filters might suck them inside their inflows, and they also create too much water movement in my opinion. Next thing is the heater. I don't heat this tank very much, but I use small heater just in case the temperature in my room drops too suddenly. So it's more for safety and stability rather than actual heating. I keep it at 25 degrees Celsius unless I have the fish that really like higher temperatures, like German blue rams. And that's it regarding the equipment. Simple, isn't it? I only put two more things inside. First, small piece of driftwood. It helps with water quality with some tannins, and it also makes the water a little bit more acidic. By a very small margin, but still. And on the surface of it, it's possible that some infusoria culture will develop. And it's always good to have some extra food source for tiny fish. And the second addition are small moss balls, just like this one. Having any type of plant in your tank will create some sort of ecosystem. Plants will suck some of the excess nutrients and in general act like an extra filter. And myself, I think that the fish feel more comfortable when they have some living plants around. Plus, both driftwood and moss create some safe hiding places for them, so they don't have to feel stressed. And this is it. Very simple, but really practical. After the tank is mature, I'm placing my fry inside and watch them grow. What I do now is feed them as frequently as possible, minimum 2 to 3 times a day with very small portions. I try to use as many live foods as possible, with baby brine shrimp being the first choice of food. To keep the water quality quite good, I make frequent but small water changes. And on top of that, I try to remove uneaten food from the bottom of this tank. They will stay in this tank for a few weeks or sometimes months in case of slower growing fish. And then I'm moving them to something bigger. But what happens next is a little bit more species specific. Angelfish, for example, they have to be moved to something much bigger relatively quickly. But cories can stay a little bit longer, and nanacaras are something in between. Of course, there are certain species that have very special requirements, but for me, two things almost always work: live foods and clean water. Give your fry baby brine shrimp and make frequent water changes, and they will grow like crazy. Many of the fish I have in my tanks are babies that I have raised from eggs, and I'm really proud of that. If you have any fish that you raised yourself, let us know in the comments. It's always great to hear from you. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.